What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews, and as you guys are aware, if you watch my channel, I review power tools from all over the place. Whether it's Amazon, eBay, Home Depot, Lowe's, doesn't matter to me. I just love power tools. So I love checking out pretty much any brand that'll offer to send me a tool. Now, I've actually heard of this brand before they even reached out to me. They're called Cheng, which I'm sure there's some jokes in the comments here about that. But anyways, this brand, I've heard about them. They're kind of a larger power tool brand in China. I'll put the info on the screen right now. They actually seem to have, 5,000 plus employees. They're kind of, getting out there. They make a lot of different stuff from what I've seen on Amazon. They're not, in anywhere like Home Depot or Lowe's, but I've actually been quite surprised by a handful of their tools. And they're actually going to send me a few more tools as well, other than just this one. And let's open this thing up and check it out. So it's actually a pretty surprisingly nice box here. I requested a couple of tools when they contacted me. I'm looking for a new 1/2-inch impact wrench for, taking off lugs and stuff. So they make this kind of medium duty impact wrench. It's not really compact, it's not really, a mid-torque. So we've got the operating instructions here. Just kind of the usual stuff, nothing out of the ordinary there. So here's what's kind of cool, is we've actually got a bag with the logo on it. That's something you never really see from a lot of the Amazon brands. This is going to be equivalent to the color coding actually here, reminds me of Bosch a lot. Kind of that red and off blue. It's a pretty standard bag. It's like the standard bag you get from Milwaukee or DeWalt or Makita. They're kind of all made in the same spot. I haven't really noticed the difference between these bags ever. All right, now check this out. This is something you don't see really ever. This is like a custom foam. If you've ever seen like shadow foam, this is basically the same kind of thing. And check this out, it's even labeled here as well. So that's pretty cool. You get a whole little socket set. These are CRMO, I think that's chrome moly, which are actually pretty decent impact sockets here. I wish they were metric, not SAE, because I'm not really going to be able to use these too much, but at least I can use the extensions. These are pretty cool to have. And of course they have the brand name on all of them. So it's actually a pretty cool piece of like kind of shadow foam here. Nice brand name on it. I'm gonna put this actually in my one of my tool drawers here. It's actually pretty cool. All right, so in the box here, also in a kind of shadow foam style here, we've got the tool, got a belt clip here, which I know some people love those. I'm not really a fan of those too much, but let's pull this tool out here, and it's actually really in there pretty good. One thing I noticed, the overmold on this thing is actually quite fantastic. It's not a cheap feeling tool like a lot of the brands that I see on Amazon. This tool goes for about $100 or so as a kit price with everything you see so far. It's got, like the Makita bumpers here, which not even Milwaukee has these, unfortunately, which is kind of nice to have that. It's kind of like a mix between, I would say, like Bosch and Makita, I guess, is their kind of design elements here from looking at this. It is a brushless, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of modes, just kind of the usual low, high, and then the nut removal mode, which is always nice to have. So let's see if this battery is fully charged here or not. And look at this, you got the brand name on the battery as well too. That's pretty cool. Battery is fully charged from the factory. That's pretty cool. So that's actually really nice. That battery is not wiggling, which a lot of brands unfortunately suffer from the battery wiggle. I know DeWalt and Milwaukee have that pretty bad. But check this out, we're in high. Let's go low. Let's do the bolt removal mode. There we go, nice stop there. All right, we got the charger in here. And that's probably the only thing in this bag here, or in this kit here, that I don't think is that great a quality. Kind of say cheap charger. Yeah, it's got the brand name on the sticker down here, but this is just 2 LEDs. This is just kind of a regular cheap charger here. So it'd be cool to see that improved upon, but let's test this thing out and see how well this thing works. All right, I got a smaller leg here. Let's give this a shot. Of course, this is a 1/2-inch, so I'm using an adapter to a 3/8. I don't have a 1/2-inch down to a 11 metric socket. So let's see here. I'm going to be in high, and let's go for it. Not bad. It's actually really nice. It does auto-engage that stop feature, so it did stop it there. Well, that's actually really cool. I like that stop feature. That works really well in this tool. Yeah, let's give it one more here. So that's not bad. Now the torque ratings are quite conservative on here. It's only about 220 foot-pounds fastening and right around 250 breakaway, which isn't, you know, they're not throwing some crazy numbers out there. That's definitely a very believable number for this tool. So that's really nice to see. Let's compare it here to the Metabo. All right, so comparing up against another brand like Metabo HPT, it's ever so slightly longer than Metabo. Of course, it doesn't have any IP56 ratings on here. It's nice that it does give me the impacts per minute, 3,000 impacts per minute, and it's giving me 2,000 rotations per minute, which is pretty cool on here. It's claiming it's a 20 volt max, 4 amp hour battery. Doesn't feel like, you know, a really cheap battery. It kind of reminds me of like a DeWalt battery is what it feels like. From just kind of looking at the overall shape of it, just kind of looks like DeWalt. All right, so let's take some lug nuts off with this thing. This is, if I'm going to use this kind of impact wrench, so I'm mainly going to be doing with it is taking off lug nuts. So these have just been torqued to spec. So I just hit these on with my Metabo HPT and check them once in a while. So let's pop these things off. So we can see there how it's doing the bolt removal mode. It's pulling them just off enough so that I can take them off, which is actually pretty cool. I will say it does struggle a bit more than I thought it would. The Metabo HPT is rated right around the same amount of torque settings on there, so let's try that one more time. It is taking them off, but it's just not as fast as I would assume it to compared to other competitors, but it's taking them off still, so that's not bad at all. All right, so Cheng, actually not a bad brand here. The build quality seems definitely above a lot what I've seen from other tool brands on Amazon. A lot of really cool features here. Price-wise, I think it's pretty decent, right around $100. Yeah, it does feel a little weaker compared to something like a Metabo HPT, which is right around the same category and already in the weaker side of the impact wrenches. So it's definitely not going to be, you know, a class-leading power tool, but I definitely think Cheng definitely has something kind of going on here. They've got, you know, some decent tools, decent price points. I feel like they definitely could see a bit of an entry here into the US. I think they're probably right around going to be that maybe Craftsman, rigid, Ryobi kind of range there, if I had to guess. Where these would be. They are brushless tools for under $100, which is actually pretty cool. They do have the battery line, which does of course work with all of their 20 volt max tools, so they're definitely kind of pushing in the right direction. But you know, if we can see, you know, a bit more powerful motors out of this thing, if we can start seeing, you know, definitely some more oomph, I think we're definitely going to see a definitely real winner here. So actually quite surprised by this brand, and even quite surprised by the pretty cool sockets that they give you too. This is actually pretty awesome. I think if I had to buy this separately, we'll just go for like 50, 60 bucks, which is pretty cool. So definitely impressed by the overall value of this, especially for a starter class tool. You're not gonna get this kind of value even with Ryobi. So this is a pretty cool deal here. So guys, thanks for watching. Take care, have a great day, and stay safe out there.